We're doing a quick video just to show you how to hang a pre-hung door using this Massca Revealer. The revealer goes from 0 to 5/8 or 0 to 15 millimeter depending on where you're at. You slide it to whichever you desire. 3/16 happens to be the most standard in the US for windows and doors. Slide it to 3/16, just covering the line, tighten the screw, and you're good to go. Okay, so this step of the tool is designed to fit between the door and the jamb on the hinge side. So you won't be able to get your 3/16 reveal on that side because the door is in the way. So when you have this extended, slide this in between the door and the jamb by the hinges and you mark it that way, and that's a 3/16 reveal. This part of the tool is the jamb reveal, used to set the space between the door and the jamb. It's 9/64 of an inch thick, which is the same distance that a hinge creates when it's closed. The first step is to check the floor for level. Ideally you want the side that the hinges are on to be slightly higher than the other side. So check the floor, throw a shim as you need. Again, so we're just slightly higher on the side that the hinges are going to go on. Alright, next step, we're going to grab the door, put it in the opening, on top of our shim. I'm going to swing the door open and line the jamb up so that it's lined up on the wall. And I put one nail by the hinge just to hold it. Do the same thing with the bottom, kind of line it up, put one by the hinge, and check it for level in this direction, which the wall's pretty good, so we're pretty level. From there, we're going to check the level in this direction, as well as to make sure it's straight, which is going to need a little bit of work. Alright, so this step, we're going to shim this jamb leg, make sure that this jamb is plumb and totally straight. Level on there. Put the first hinge behind the upper hinge. Check it, we're pretty plumb. We're gonna put shims in all the way down. So it's just touching the level, making sure everything is perfectly straight as needed. And then once you have your shims in, I'm going to put one more nail by the top hinge, one more nail just above the shims. And then check it again, make sure nothing moved. And we're all set, ready to move to the next step. Alright, next step, we're going to turn around to the strike side. I'm going to put one nail at the top when it's lined up with the wall. One nail, same thing on the bottom. Line it up, put one nail. I'm going to close the door. I'm going to check the head height, and you can do that. Take the revealer, open it all the way up, slide it inside. Make sure you have your 3/16 reveal. That looks good. Then we're going to check the cross side, make sure that the top is hitting the same on the bottom. In this case, it's a little loose, so we need to move the jamb out a little bit. Check it again. bit more. Looks pretty good. Gonna put one more nail to hold it. Now we're gonna move to shimming the gap, making sure it's got a consistent reveal all the way down. So again, take the revealer and go about midway, stick it in the gap, go that way or this way. So shim until it closes the gap. That's set. Move up, about halfway between there. Same thing, looking pretty good. On the bottom, slide it in. So we need two shims. Put one on the back side. Came a little loose. Put one nail to tighten it up. All right, once that's all set, you're good to go. I put one more nail through each hinge or through each shim to lock everything in. Now we're ready to move on for the casing. All right, so next step, we're gonna mark the jamb for the casings. So we'll be doing a standard 3/16 reveal. So I'm gonna loosen this up, slide this to where it says 3/16. I just cover the line, I don't show the line, but just cover the line on 3/16. Lock it down and we're ready. Come over to the door. Start in the corner, put it up in the corner. We're gonna mark it here and here. Put one in the middle. Do a few all the way down this side, every 8 to 12 inches or so. On this side of the door, it's a little bit more complicated because the door, what's cool about this revealer is we'll open it all the way back up, and this distance here is set for 3/16. So we'll just set this inside of here as the door, and then mark it. Same with the top. Put it in and mark it. All the way down, just a few marks so we're nice and even. Mark it. Mark it. And now we're all set to measure and cut our moldings. All right, so now we're ready to install our moldings. So take it, line it up with our marks, making sure our end is in line with both marks. Put one nail, go down our next mark. And 3 nails is good to get started. Another one here. Same thing, kind of line it up. Get it so your miter looks good. Put a nail. Move down, next mark, put a nail. Put a nail. the way down. Another thing you can do also if you want to speed up the process, your revealer, if you didn't want to mark these marks, you can also just hold it in your hand and then I'll set it back. Put a nail, same thing, push it back, and we're good to go. Another great feature of this revealer is they've got a magnet on the back for finding studs. So we're just going to drag along the wall. Got one right there. There's a stud. Right there, there's a stud. And there. Super handy.